Hello, everybody, and welcome to HJ Goes Live. I'm Charlotte, I'm editor of Hairdresser's Journal, and today we're going to be talking about maximising profits while minimising risk. And today's session is supported by Zenoti. With the cost of living increases, I know a lot of you out there are worried about maintaining your bottom line. So we're going to be discussing ways to maximise customer spend and profits and position your business to finish the year strong. We're joined today by Jessica Crane, who is a salon business coach, and she specialises, such a hard word to say, in helping salon owners create generational wealth and craft the business they've always wanted to. And we'll also be joined by Sara Wright, who is Zenoti's salon and spa consultant, and she's going to be explaining how the software company can help support your growth. Good morning, both of you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, ladies.
And hi, you okay?
So to kick things off, I'd love to get Jessica's advice on what to say to business owners right now if they want to successfully prepare for the end of year and also a positive start to Q1 next year.
Yeah, so I think it's really important that we don't just get in this mode of it's busy period, don't get our heads in the sand, kind of work, lift our head up in January and go, what happened to the end of 2022, right? So there's still time. So make sure that you have a plan for this time. Like, what is the plan with the team? What is the goals? Like, don't start setting your goals for January. Start setting your goals for November and December. Like, relay that plan to the team. Like, check in with your team each day. Like, this is the plan. Like, tell them in the morning, like, what specific actions do you want them to take each day so that we can start to plan for January, February, March. Like, if you know that's your business trend, that you're usually quiet in January, February, March, like, you need to use this busy period now to fill that period. Don't just go, oh, we're busy now, and just kind of get stuck in your salon. Like, use this time now to create the plan and work the plan so that you have a successful January, February, and March.
Absolutely, and I echo that completely. And it's about how it's all in the planning, as you say, Jessica. And one of the ways in which I support our customers at Zenoti with this is really looking at the marketing arm, for example, within the software. So really deep diving into the marketing features that we have that enable you to run campaigns, but also run campaigns leveraging artificial intelligence. So it would leverage that actually you do have some white space, or January is a quieter period for bookings. And it will then leverage the guest behavior, the guest spend per visit, all again using automation and artificial intelligence. So it's about coming up with a strategy, a plan, a marketing strategy to be able to fill that quieter period and really planning ahead.
Do you know what I like about the AI, Sarah, is that your planning has to be bespoke to your business. Like, don't look at what everybody else is doing. Make sure that your plan for your business is bespoke to your business needs. And something like that is the perfect tool to make sure that it's optimized for you and your numbers and your figures and all of that. Like, don't get caught up in this looking what everybody else is doing. Like, you do you.
Exactly. And it's not just about running a marketing campaign. And this is something you and I have discussed prior, Jessica. It's not about running a discounted marketing campaign and running discounts to your customers. That isn't what a marketing campaign is.
No,
it's about filling that white space, targeting the right audience with the right service or the right product at the right time. And that's what it's about, and putting that strategy in place, definitely.
Yeah, we don't do discounts. We don't believe in discounts. And please, everybody as an industry, stop doing discounts. One of the things that you can do, let me just give you a tip. If you do rely on discounts, you need to look at acquiring better copywriting skills and marketing skills as a business owner, so that you don't have to rely on a discount-led strategy.
And there are other ways to kind of build loyalty, right? Lots of different schemes, and things like that? And also, I know you're talking about kind of the busy period being in December, but is it giving someone kind of a small appointment or a top-up colour appointment in December and then prolonging their larger, bigger colour appointment, bigger cut until the January kind of season?
Yeah, all about planning. Yeah, exactly.
And I think, you know, you speak to a good point that yes, December in the industry is a really busy time, right, in terms of the appointment book being filled and in terms of utilization with staff and so on. Again, having the right software and leveraging the right software in place that can leverage that for you in terms of sending those marketing campaigns out on an automated basis or on a, you know, artificial intelligence led basis, that's all done for you, right? So during your busy times, that can be taken care of itself using the software. You put the strategy in place, you decide what the strategy and plan is, and then of course you let that software do that legwork for you in terms of that marketing collateral being sent out and run and so on. So yeah.
So Jessica, how can business owners maximize their profit margins?
Yeah, so this is where with our clients, what we inject is a framework that we call the profit equation, right? So basically, and you might be you might experience changes right now with your utilities, your rent, whatever, right? So we need to have a way of knowing how much does it cost our business to be open, like per minute of the day, per staff member, how much profit are we actually making per treatment and service? Like we need to know our numbers. Like it's no longer a luxury, like this is a necessity between your business surviving and not, right? So you have to know your numbers to this level of depth. And so it's about being proactive. Like if you don't know this stuff, go find it out. Like go call your energy company and ask them what they're charging you. Like really increase your knowledge and get to grips, because if you feel overwhelmed or worried or scared or nervous, it's just because you don't have that knowledge. So go and seek that knowledge so that you do feel confident and you do feel in control, and then you can adjust and tweak your prices as and when. Like prices are not a thing that's set in stone. Like I always relay this to people, like you will go to the supermarket one day and the next day things will be a different price, because the cost of logistics changed, the cost of them putting that product on the shelf changed, right? Because petrol changed or whatever, their cost changed. Well, yours are exactly the same. Like your utilities are going to change, your stock costs are going to change. So your prices need to fluctuate with those changes. Like your staff, if they're employed, maybe their minimum wage went up, maybe their pension contribution went up. Like you need to have this level of control where you know what the levers are and you can kind of tweak and adjust as you go, and that way you're constantly optimizing for your profit margins and making the best decisions. Like, shall we have this product or this product? Well, this one would give us a 10% profit margin and this one would give us a 20%. Like they're the kind of decisions that you want to be making, like on a permanent basis.
100%. And again, it's something you and I have spoken about, Jessica, but the importance of knowing that data and being able to easily find and access that data. You know, I speak to prospects and customers who don't know those numbers, and they don't know it because they can't easily find it. Perhaps they're not running a software, or they're running a software that's not easy to use and for them to get that information, or some customers don't have the confidence in what they're using in terms of the accuracy. So it's really important that you're able to find those numbers, that you're able to collect that data, report on all of those metrics that you've just mentioned, so that you can create the perfect profit equation for your business. So, you know, that's something that I work very closely with our customers at Zenoti. And I mean, gosh, it's over 400 reports. Now, you're not going to need over 400 metrics on the business, but the point is the capability is there to be able to get that level of detail to help you do that and really drill down on those numbers.
And it makes you feel empowered, right? Knowing that about your business and confident moving into a new season.
Exactly.
So I'd love to pick your brains, Jessica, about top tips on maximising a business's bottom line and minimising running costs. Have you got anything that you can share with the audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So once you've got all of that data, and I always say that your decisions should come from three things, like what your vision is and your goal is, your numbers and your ideal client. Like if the answer is yes to all those things, then it's a yes. If it's a no to any of them things, then it's a no. So when we come to maximising our bottom line, what we can do when we've got all of that data, we can start to align everything. So are we marketing the most profitable treatments and services? Because I've worked with so many clients and we inject the profit equation. They go, oh my gosh, we've just spent 6 months promoting a service that makes us the least amount of money. And they're like, why have we done this? It takes the most time. It makes the least amount of money. So you want to start tying all those things together so that you are marketing and your time consuming activities are making the most profitable treatments and services, so they're making the most amount of money. And again, they're all things that you can pull from your salon software. And the same with running costs, right? We look at treatments and services, and especially with beauty, like your biggest question you want to ask yourself is, what is the ROI? Like I know that some people have machines coming out of their ear holes in their beauty salons, and not every single one of them is being used or is getting the return on investment, maybe because they're not marketing it, or maybe because, you know, whatever. But you want to look at every single one of them running costs and say, is this getting a return for my business? Like they're the questions that you want to be asking yourself, so that everything is geared towards that bottom line. And there's a lot of stigma in our industry about being profit driven, and what you have to remember is a business is built to be profitable, right? A business is not a hobby. It's a profitable entity in which allows you to pay your staff members. You can't pay them if you're not making any money. You can't serve your clients if you're not making any money. You can't educate your team if you're not making any money, right? So it's a tool and resource that our business needs to be optimized, because a rising tide lifts all the ships. Like if we've got money as a tool and resource, we can elevate our salons, right? And we can elevate the people within them, we can elevate the team, and so forth. So yeah, we want to make sure that we are focused on profit and making sure that we are gearing our marketing and our time and energy into producing the most profitable treatments and services for our time.
Definitely. And I don't know if you'd agree, Jessica, but one of the conversations that I have with my customers is actually how we also get customers to spend more per visit, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We want, and data actually tells us that in 2021 versus 2019, guests were spending up to 40% more each time they visited. So how do we maximize on all of those opportunities? How do we upsell our customers each time that they're booking an appointment? How do we cross-sell? And we can do that and support that through various ways. So we can support that through online booking and the booking flow, or a customer mobile journey, or we can support that at point of sale as well. And again, we have some great features, again, leveraging artificial intelligence to help us do that and help our staff do that and upsell and cross sell. So it's also about ways that, okay, and maybe just perhaps with the economy and things are things with how they are, maybe guests will visit less, but actually data has told us that in 2021 they visited less but they spent more. So how do we maximize on increasing that invoice value at every touch point with the customer? So those are things that I work on as well with our customers, definitely.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point. And that's what you've touched on there, is the lipstick effect. Like it's a known thing. Like, so don't and I don't want people to worry too much. Like, our industry has been known to do well in a recession because although people might not be having big things or a holiday and those bigger things, people will spend that money to make them feel better. And I would say that the reason they didn't used to visit as frequent was because of time. People are valuing their a balance of life and work and stuff now, so they probably do have more time and will probably spend more because they're invested in making themselves feel better because of the environment. So that those things alone do well for our industry. So don't allow yourself to be sucked into the news and the media and the doom and gloom too much, because our industry is not as affected. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying no one's going to be affected, but just don't allow yourself to get sucked into it too much, because historically we've always done well as an industry. In terms of getting your staff to sell more, I think that having your salon software and this digital journey is key. Like, yes, there are companies trying to move into the beauty space. It's like a multi-billion-dollar industry. Like, there's a lot of money in beauty, right? And that's why you need to make sure that you have these things in place so that the buyer behavior, they want to sit at home and buy online at 10 o'clock at night. You need to have those touch points in place so that they can buy from you and not from other sites, right? So you want to be sending them emails going, go to our shop, have all of these touch points so that you can sell to them. Because at the minute, for a lot of salons, the only difference and the reason your customers are buying there is because they can't buy from you, because you don't have those same platforms available for them to do that. So if there's one thing you're going to focus on doing next year, focus on your client digital journey and getting those touch points available. In terms of selling, like, I think last year, was it last year or the year before? 2020 and 2021 are like one big year. So we launched, a lot of our clients always say this. They're like, Jess, I'm amazing. I'm doing fantastic now. I need you to come teach my whole team. So we launched the sales school because we found that in our industry, a lot of people find it hard to sell and they're not comfortable about selling, or they feel a certain way about it, right? So we broke down like all the mindset issues around selling, and ultimately what you have to remember with selling is that you are uncovering, you're the expert in your thing, whether it's hair, beauty, clinic, whatever you do, right? You're the expert, and they're coming to spend time with an expert. So you're solving all their problems. You're asking them what they're struggling with. You're asking them, what do your results want to be? What do you want to change? What do you want to gain? What are your desires? And all you're doing is bridging that gap. You're like, here's all the problems you told me. Here's where your goals and where you want to be. So here's all the solutions. Let me know which ones you want to do, right? And that might be your products, your services, your whatever. And you're not selling, you are solving their problems. And I think that is the biggest mindset shift that as an industry we need to have, so that we value our treatments and services. That's why I don't believe in discount, because we need to value our treatments and services and what we actually do for people.
Totally. And people want to buy from people. I think now more than ever, you want to support your local business. You want to go in person. You might be working from home, so that actually that human to human contact is more important than ever. And I think people really are open to, you know, even if there is a cost difference in buying direct from you know, your salon. Definitely. People are open to it. They want that expertise.
Yeah, exactly.
And that leads us on to our final question, which is, when and how should salon owners be preparing their marketing strategy?
Awesome. So we have to think about it like this. If we fail to plan, we've planned to fail, right? So we need to know our business trends. So really, what we teach our clients to do is like a 12-month profitable marketing plan. So use your data to assess your business trends. I see it every year. People will go, it's November, it's quiet, where's everybody gone? Right, if that's a marketing trend for you, you need to be planning for that way in advance, right? And I know the same thing will happen in January. Everybody will go, where's everybody gone, right? Because we need to make sure that we're planning for it ahead of time. Like, assess your business trends. Like, is there particular days that you're quiet? Is there particular staff members because they're new or for whatever reason? Are there particular treatments and services that you want to push more? Like, what is the business trends and what are the gaps in the needs of your business? Because that's what we should be marketing, and that's what a marketing plan and a marketing strategy is optimized for, is to meet the needs and to, you don't want those peaks and troughs. You want that nice consistency. And most people just focus on these before and afters and the brand and And that's all well and good, and that can be part of it. But we want money in the till. We want it to be driving business. Like, we want it to be converting. Like, go that bit deeper with your marketing strategy.
Definitely. And you mentioned converting and conversion, and we're seeing, or our customers are seeing, conversion rates of over 60% with the marketing strategy or with the marketing tool that they have within Zenoti, right? And the reason that they're seeing those high levels of conversion is because they're targeting, as I mentioned, but they're targeting the right people at the right time with the right product and service. So they're targeting their blonde customers with the shampoo, the purple shampoo, all of that stuff. They're targeting the right audience with the right product, and that's why they're seeing such a great and high level of conversion. So micro targeting and segmenting and being able to do that, because that's important, right? That you're able to really segment those guests down. Really, really important. And then again, the other part of it is things like, and this does fall into marketing, is when it comes to reviews, right? So are you focusing on building your reviews for your business? So each time a customer visits you, are they leaving you a review? Is that review getting then shared to social media, to Google reviews, to all of those platforms? Is that happening on an automated basis? Because if it's not, it definitely needs to, right? This is the way that we organically grow, is by building our business, building those reviews and getting them out onto all of the social media platforms. So these are, again, all strategies, all things that I work with customers in enabling to support. But I think you're completely right, Jessica. It's having that strategy, it's sitting down, having that plan, really thinking about these things, and it's being proactive, not reactive, thinking, oh no, we're really quiet now we've got to run a marketing campaign, now we've got to do a really big discount to get people through the door. You don't need to do that if you plan effectively, if you have the right tools in place, if you've got the right strategy, and if you know your peaks and troughs, your trends, your guest behavior, all of that stuff will enable you to make or plan the best strategy for your business specifically. So 100% agree with that. And
embracing the technology and the data, because this is the way the world of business is going. Like, I do think we are at like a pinnacle point of, you have to evolve and you have to innovate. Like, we can't be doing paper and pen anymore. Like, you're just going to be left so far behind, because technology is moving so quickly. And one of the first places it's being implemented is marketing. So we have to use that to kind of double down and to get the results for our business.
Because other industries are doing it, and if our industry doesn't, like you say, keep up with that side of data, well, we're going to be left behind. Thank you so much to both of you. That was full of tips and advice, and to be honest, really I landed on a positive note, because hair keeps growing, roots keep coming in, grays keep going. people do want your services. And it's like you were saying, Jessica, about the lipstick effect. That's a well-known phenomenon. People want those small little luxuries to make themselves feel better, and they might not be going on the huge holidays and the big weekend getaways, but a haircut, a hair color, even a hair treatment is so crucial and important. Thank you so much to both of you. I really appreciate your time. And if anyone does have any questions or comments, please just leave them below. And someone from the team will get back to you if you've got specific questions for either Sarah or Jessica. I'm sure that they will monitor the chat as well and get back to you with any business advice. Great. And a big thank you also to Zenoti for today's session. It's lovely to see you both.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
See you later. Bye.